What's up, guys? Anthony here for Rev 3 Games at PAX. We are looking at some more Borderlands 2. There are some context clues, some subtle ones. I'm here with Kevin, who's the concept designer for the game. You worked mostly on weapons and environments. Tell me about all 3 weapons in Borderlands.
Yeah, I wish it was that easy. No, I mean, you know, we have a system that it can create millions of different guns, millions of variations. And so we kind of have to design the building blocks. And, you know, in Borderlands 2, we tried to make things a little more unique, a little more interesting to look at, and really give a flavor for each manufacturer and, you know, hopefully come up with some neat looking stuff.
How do you, when you have like almost infinite configurations of guns, how do you keep them all different enough looking and give them all kind of their own character without creating so much work for yourself that you die?
Yeah, I mean, you hit on basically, you know, the whole development of these guns. You know, we have to figure out what parts, how do you make parts look unique yet also work together? You know, because you got manufacturers, Jacobs is this old-timey, you know, Old West look, and then you have, say, Maliwan, that's this really high-tech, you know, sleek-looking gun, but you have to have parts swap in between them. And, you know, as part of the challenge, you know, I'm on kind of more of the 2D side, and we're working with the 3D artists, you know, making sure they actually work in 3D space and making sure we're getting what the designers want out of them, too.
Very cool. And another thing that you guys have kind of really upped the ante on this time is environmental design. Yes. I mean, you know, the first one, even in the trailer, it's like, yeah, you remember there's some sand and rocks. And now there's all these different places. We saw 3 different environments in the trailer. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the new spaces that we're going to see and kind of the ideas behind them?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, our focus, or one of them on this game was giving that new variation. You know, we kind of just looked around the world and tried to find some interesting influences. Iceland really came up. We looked at some New Zealand stuff. You know, we found that tundra and glacial areas had a lot of kind of new colors, you know, new fauna, just, you know, different rocks. We looked at all the geology of these different places. And then, you know, you kind of have to kick it up a notch, you know, when you bring it into a game sense. Yeah.
So we saw 3 new environments in the trailer. How many different areas are we going to see? How many different visual designed areas are we going to see?
I mean, you know, it's going to be mostly comprised of, you've got your glacial area, that's going to be like the ice, and there's blues. You've got grasslands. You know, the deserts are still there, so we still have kind of an arid area. And then we'll also have kind of this like Mordor, you know, volcanic area. Yeah. So, you know, again, we just tried to kick it up. Like, you know, Borderlands is all about variety. You know, variety in weapons, variety in equipment, character skill trees. You know, and environments was just another part of that.
So in the new trailer, we were introduced to some of the new environments in the Borderlands by Hammerlock. Yes. Sir Hammerlock, who's this like weird kind of Stanley and Livingston British explorer. Tell us about his role.
Yeah. You know, he's kind of one of these conservationist hunters. You know, like he's a scientist. He's studying these animals, but he's also a big game hunter. You know, so he loves the guns, and you know he's getting all in there. But you know, you'll go to him and you kind of learn about the different animals throughout Borderlands.
Okay, so he's there throughout it, and he's telling you about all the new wildlife that you're seeing.
Oh yeah. He's one of our main quest givers, and you know you'll have some real funny interactions with him, and you know he makes fun of Claptrap, and you know
he's like a British cyborg Pokedex.
Yeah. He's been through some stuff. You know, I think we kind of designed him as though, you know, he's this big game hunter, and sometimes the game gets the better of him, you know. So, yeah, he's got the fake legs and, you know, robotic arms and all that. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it looks great, man. Very excited. 2.5 weeks left. I cannot believe we're so close to Borderlands 2.
Yeah, pretty stoked.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have some more news for you as we come right up against release. So stick right here on Rev 3 Games and subscribe for all that. Thanks, Kevin.